Welcome to today's class. Today we will discuss the second part of current electricity. In this part we will discuss electromotive force, which is otherwise known as EMF. We usually tell it EMF. Then second term we will discuss as terminal voltage, which one we tell is TV. We represent terminal voltage, and internal resistance we will discuss. This EMF, terminal voltage, internal resistance of whom? Of a cell. We will discuss it, all these things of a cell. So if we will discuss about cell, so what is a cell? So a cell is a device. A cell is a device which provides the necessary potential difference to an electrical circuit, to an electrical circuit. Okay, here the purpose of telling to that potential difference, to maintain that potential difference, provide the necessary potential difference, because whenever there will be a difference in their potential, current flows. So that is the reason only why necessary potential difference it is created, means it is provided. Okay, here it is in the circuit to provide, to maintain or maintain the continuous flow of current, in the circuit, continuous flow of current in the circuit. Clear? So another one also we can say, it maintains the constant potential difference. This cell maintains the constant potential difference. Clear? Now let us draw the cell, the diagram of a cell. So in this case, here we have seen in a cell there will be some electrodes will be there, which is known as positive electrode, negative electrode. Let me draw it like this. Okay, here two plates let us take, which are otherwise known as electrodes. Here these are of two different materials are taken. The purpose of taking this one as the two different material, to maintain the potential difference. Clear? Obviously here there should be some electrolyte should be present. Let us take this one as the sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid as the electrolyte. Here two rods we have taken, or metal plates we have taken, which is known as your electrodes. And here I told this should be of different material. So let us take this one as the copper, this one let it be copper, this one let it be zinc. Clear? So here between these two, whatever this potential difference will be there, that one will be your EMF. This is your EMF. Now no current is drawn from the circuit now, because here it is not connected to that external circuit. So this circuit is said as your open circuit. This is the structure of a cell. Understood? So here another one, let me take here. So the same thing only I will take. Here I will take it is copper. Here this one I will take. This one will be of zinc. This will be some electrolyte, which is your H2SO4 dilute. Now if I will take this one and I will connect that one to a bulb. Understand? This one will be a closed circuit. This one is closed circuit, because this is extra. This one it is connected to the external circuit. Now let us see the mechanism and how this cell provides the current or the electrical energy. From where it is getting electrical energy? Let us see that one. So in this case, what happens? We are taking sulfuric acid. When sulfuric acid dissociates, dilute sulfuric acid dissociate, it gives rise to H plus and SO4 2 minus. Clear? So in this case, what happens? These H plus ions, they move towards this copper electrode, and they are moving towards copper electrode, and these sulfate ions, they move towards zinc ion. As those are imparting this charges to these two plates, that is why copper will be positively charged and this zinc will be negatively charged. Okay, so again let me tell, these positive charges, this positive charge are driven towards this copper plate and making it positive, and the negative SO4, it is driven towards this zinc electrode, for which zinc becomes negative ion. So here, to separate this one, these two separate H plus and SO4 2 minus, we need some energy. From where we are getting this energy? It is from this, whatever the chemical present or the whatever this electrolyte present. From there it is changes to the electrical energy. So here this chemical energy, whatever there, it will change this, it will separate this positive and negative charges, causing this potential difference. This becomes positively charged, this becomes negatively charged. Okay, now see here. Here this one will be negatively charged. So electrons will start flowing from this, because it has excess of electron will start flowing this one and it will come to this place. Whereas current flows from the positive terminal. So this one, I will tell you, this one is the flow of electrons. But current flows from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. So what we can write here? This current, it will move from this direction. Current direction will be in this direction, because this one is the positive, this one is the negative. This one will be the direction of current, and we know the direction of current and direction of electron are opposite to each other. Clear? And this this EMF, it provides the maximum potential difference. If we will take a voltmeter here connected, it will provide the maximum potential difference. Clear? So here another definition, let me go for it. When no current is drawn from this one, so let us write down here, when no current is drawn, means this is an open circuit. No current is drawn from the cell, the potential difference is known as EMF, electromotive force. Many, first of all, when they hear the word force, they think that this is some type of force. Actually, what happens inside that electrolyte, these ions, they start moving here and there, due to which there will be a flow of current. But outside the circuit, the electrons, they flow. From the negative plate to the positive plate. Clear? So here what happens? This EMF. Okay. So here, so we can say that whenever this electron, it is going or moving, from where it is getting energy. So it get energy from these chemicals present here. Whatever the chemical changes takes place, chemical reaction taking place, from there electrons, they are getting energy to move. Understood? So here what we can say, this electron. So definition wise, EMF of a cell, it is the energy spent, because potential difference, remember, potential difference or electric potential, the definition of electric potential was, the definition of the amount of work done or energy spent energy spent by moving an unit positive charge, a unit positive charge from one point to another point, from one point. Here in that case we were taking this one as infinity to a point, So here the same thing happens. This energy, this is the energy getting from this one and it moves here. So when it reach here, again have to cross this one. So again it is getting the energy from here. So it is motivated. So this is the definition of potential, electric potential. So like that way, as this EMF, it is nothing but the potential difference, maximum potential difference. So this one we can say EMF of a cell, it is the EMF of a cell. So here EMF of a cell, is the energy spent, cell is the energy spent per unit charge, per unit charge in taking a positive positive test charge, you can say unit charge in taking a unit positive charge around the complete circuit. Of the cell. Okay, so here inside and outside it is this energy is flowing. Okay, so here what we can say, this cell, this cell, it is okay. So first of all let us see EMF, it is not a force. So let us write down again this one. So EMF is not a force. EMF is not a force. Clear? So EMF is not a force. It is the energy. It is the energy supplied. It is the energy supplied by a device like cell or battery. Okay, and EMF of a cell is constant. It will not vary, and it is the maximum potential difference. Clear? So here the cell, it maintains the constant potential difference, which forces the electron to move in a circuit, or the charge, it is moving in the circuit, provide the electrical energy to the components. If I will take these are two, and here I will take a bulb. If I will take a bulb here, clear? So if I take a bulb here, so this electron will get energy from here, it will go, it will spend the energy here, again will come back here. So it is motivated to move. That is why this is EMF is not a force. It is the energy spent. Clear? To the electrical components. Okay. So here what else we can discuss in this case? Okay. One thing remember, EMF consider when no current is drawn from the circuit. But another important is, whenever current will be drawn in the circuit, then EMF decreases. That one we will discuss now. So EMF, it is the characteristics property of the cell. Okay, and it is EMF of a cell, it is constant. Here potential difference, when it is circuit, it is connected, then potential difference may vary. change due to some chemical reactions taking place. We will go for that one, terminal voltage. But EMF is the characteristic property of a cell and it is constant, and it is different for the different type of cells. It can be 1.5 volt, it can be 6 volt, it can be 12 volt. It depends what we are taking, what type of cell we are taking. Okay, so this EMF, it is represented by epsilon. This is the representation. So this one, as it is the potential difference, here it is the work done. So here let it be work done by the, what you can say, by a test charge, work done by a test charge by moving, means it is moving around the circuit, moving around the circuit. Okay, it is represented by W. As it is the test charge we have taken, so here let it be W equal to this one. So epsilon equal to W by the test charge Q. Okay, so here what will be its unit? Its unit is volt. As it is the potential difference, that is why its unit is volt and it is represented by V. Clear? Now we will go for what are the factors affecting the EMF of a cell. This one, it is very interesting. Let us go for it. So factors affecting EMF. Factors affecting EMF. Clear? So first factor, the cell depends upon the material of the electrode. Material of the electrode. Here in this case, I had taken one electrode previously. I had shown you one electrode I had taken. It is made up of copper. Another electrode, it is made up of zinc. So here in that case, copper was acquiring positive charge, zinc was acquiring negative charge. Clear? So it depends upon the material of the, what is the material of it is taken. So this one. So second one, it is the electrolyte used. So it is the electrolyte used. Okay, it is the electrolyte used. Understood? So what is the electrolyte in the previous case we had taken? We had taken dilute sulfuric acid. So it may be different for different type of cells. So this is the two factors, depends upon the material of the electrode. So here what we can say, this is the material of the electrode. What is the material of the electrode you have taken here, and another one, what is the electrolyte you have taken. So these two changes, then EMF of a cell changes. So here we think that one, so other factors here, other not there. So other factors means what you can say. Okay, so now let us see another one. Let us write. It is independent of. It is independent of means it does not depend. It is independent of means it does not depend on. So first one, what is that one? Shape of the electrode. Shape of the electrode, it does not depend. Second one, it does not depend upon the distance. The distance between two electrodes. Distance between two electrodes. Third point, what it will be? Third one, the amount of electrolyte. Here it does not depend upon the amount of electrolyte. Rather, it depends upon the type of electrolyte used. So next term is terminal voltage. So we have discussed about open circuit, closed circuit. When no current is drawn from the cell, means that is open circuit. The potential difference between the two terminals are known as EMF or electromotive force. Now, we have taken one cell, this one cell, and here this one it is a closed circuit because some resistance or resistor it is attached to the terminal of the cell. This is the terminal of the cell and one resistor it is attached to the terminal of the cell. Here it is the copper electrode, this one it is the zinc electrode it is taken. Clear? Now we have to find out what is the terminal voltage. So here terminal voltage, here this one it is the terminal voltage, means the voltage or potential difference between the two terminal of the cell or the two electron between two electrodes are known as terminal voltage. So when current is drawn from the cell, so when current is drawn from the cell is drawn from the cell, okay, when current is means it is the closed circuit, it is the closed circuit, it is the closed circuit, the potential difference between the electrodes of the cell is known as terminal voltage. Clear? So how I can represent this one also? I can represent this one. Let this is the cell. This is the cell means this one positive, this one negative. This is the bigger size, this one is the small size. Then it is connected to that external circuit. This is the external circuit R. This one it is connected. So potential difference is this much. It is the potential difference. Clear? So potential difference here, the terminal voltage, it is represented by V. Clear? Symbol it is V. So terminal voltage of the cell can be defined as the work done per unit charge. Here this is the charge last we had discussed, as this is acquiring the positive charge, this is acquiring the negative charge. Electrons they start moving from here, this electron will start moving, they will whatever energy this electron will get from the electrolyte, it will move and it will spend here. For example, you are taking money or getting money or getting energy from the electrolyte from your parents, then you are going and in the shop you are spending that one. Clear? It is spending. So the spending whatever the energy electron has got, this one will spend here, again come back to here. And here inside that one also there will be a flow. So previous case that one was as EMF, now we consider that one as the terminal voltage. Clear? So here terminal voltage of a cell can be defined as the work done per unit charge in carrying the positive test charge, because we have taken the test charge, that is why positive test charge we have taken around the circuit connected across the terminal of the cell. Clear? This is the terminal, positive terminal, negative terminal, this is externally it is connected. Clear? Now if I will take a voltmeter, if I take a voltmeter, now if the potential of this voltmeter is connected, because voltmeter always connected at the parallel connection, no? So voltmeter if it is connected across this R, so we will find this voltage, whatever the previous voltage in case of EMF we were getting, that this one will be less, because some energy will be spent here, because it is moving from outside again inside it is going. Clear? So what happens? It is getting energy is lost here. That one it is termed as voltage drop. That one we will discuss. But now again let us go for this potential drop, terminal voltage V. So it can be represented as V equal to, let it be W1 or small w, or let it be W prime by Q. This is the unit positive charge or test charge we are taking, which is moving all around the circuit. That is why it can be taken like this. Clear? So this one will be the and here when the circuit it is no current is drawn, one thing remember, no current is drawn, open circuit, in open circuit this EMF is equal to terminal voltage, but in closed circuit means when current is flowing in the circuit, EMF is greater than terminal voltage, because EMF it is the actual potential difference of the cell and it is the maximum potential difference of the cell, whereas this terminal voltage means that is the voltage across the terminal of the cell, which will be less because some energy will be spent inside that electrolyte. Due to what? Due to the internal resistance of the cell. We will go for that. So here I hope it is terminal voltage, it is clear. So EMF will be greater than terminal voltage. Clear? So another one, when it is current is drawn. Another one is whenever we are charging this cell. At that time this EMF of a cell, EMF cannot be changed. EMF of a particular cell is constant, that is why it cannot be changed. So while charging time, this terminal voltage will be more than that EMF. Clear? That is usually the confusion, but here nothing to confuse. One thing remember, EMF of a cell will be constant. Every time will be constant. And here when it is a closed circuit, current is drawn, EMF is greater than terminal voltage. Now let us see, we are discussing terminal voltage. Now let us see here, when current is made to flow in an external circuit, this is an external circuit, by closing the key. Here if I will keep a key and by closing the key, this is the by the closing the key, then what happens, it observes that this voltmeter reading, that one decreases. Clear? The voltmeter reading decreases, and here this voltmeter reading decreases means that one it is drops. So this is known as voltage drop. So now we will discuss voltage. Now we will discuss voltage drop. So previously I told this one EMF will be maximum potential difference. Terminal voltage will be the voltage across this terminal of the cell. Now when potential voltmeter is connected, it is found that this EMF will be greater than terminal voltage. The EMF will be greater than terminal voltage. This greater than means terminal voltage plus X will be equal to EMF. Clear? That X whatever we are taking, that is nothing but the voltage drop. Clear? So what is this due to? What this voltage drop occurs? Voltage drop occurs. The reason of voltage drop is that here the reason of voltage drop. The reason of voltage drop is that the current flows in the external circuit, external circuit is that as the current flows in the external circuit, the electrolyte of the cell offers resistance. Okay, so due to that one only, this electrolyte offers this resistance. Electrolyte of the cell offers this resistance. This is the reason for this voltage drop. But here What is this offers due to this one? This is known as internal resistance of a cell. We will go for that. The relation between EMF, terminal voltage and voltage drop Okay, now EMF, it is represented by E. EMF, terminal voltage represented by capital V. Voltage drop, let it be represented by small v. So here what we can write? E equal to V plus small v. E equal to E plus small v. So you write down that one. Let me explain you again. Okay, wrote. Okay, then what we can write? If W is the work done by moving, so here capital W, if W, it is the work done in moving a test charge Q outside as well as inside the cell, W prime, let it be the work done moving a charge outside the cell, here outside the cell, here this small w, it is moving the test charge inside the electrolyte of the cell. So here what will be the relationship between them? Relationship is W equal to W prime plus W. Clear? Then we will go for this one. This is the work done by whom? By the test charge Q. Okay. So what we can write here? We can write W by Q equal to W prime by Q plus W by Q. Clear? So this one equal to EMF is equal to V plus small v. Whatever we have got, that one we clear. So when current is drawn from the cell, terminal voltage is less than EMF by this voltage drop, whatever there, that one. When a heavy current is drawn from the cell, large number of charge carriers flow through the electrolyte, hence more will be the work done. So here more voltage drop will be there because more ions will be inside the cell. Internal resistance of a cell. So when we go for internal resistance of a cell, this one typically it is represented as small r. So what we had discussed earlier, we had discussed this one should be an electrolytic cell, clear, and here there should be two electrodes, okay, and here this one will be a connection so that there will be a bulb or resistor. Okay, let us take resistor. Okay, here let me keep one switch and some electrolyte will be there. This one it is made up of copper, this one it is made up of zinc. This is your dilute H2SO4 as a electrolyte. Okay, so when we discuss this one, here what happens? So copper, this one acquire a positive charge, zinc acquire this negative charge due to the flow of these ions. So here when this one electrons they pass from here to here, they spend some energy at R, again come back here. So moving from one electrode to another electrode outside the cell, and here inside the cell, this one ions are formed. Ions they move towards this oppositely charged electrodes. Okay, this is the typical cell we had discussed when the key is closed. Clear? So when this electron it is moving, here the ions are moving, this electrolyte whatever present here, this electrolyte offer the resistance to the movement, to the flow of current. So here the same thing, the resistance offered by the electrolyte. This is the electrolyte because So many ions will be there. There will be motion. Not only ions, some molecules also will be there, because all the molecules, they do not dissociate to form ions. So this is the resistance offered by the electrolyte inside the cell. This is the structure of the cell. Up to this is the structure of the cell. To the flow of current is called internal resistance of a cell. Clear? And this internal resistance of the cell, this one we cannot represent, no. So typically we can represent this one at this. So here usually what happens, there should be some resistance here. This one can be represented, but we don't represent it is like this, but it can be represented as this one. Here there will be some resistance. Clear? And this one will be positive, negative. This one it is smaller. I have represented. This one it is the smaller. And this is the structure of the cell. This is the structure of the cell. Clear? This one will be terminal, those will be attached. Okay, so this one always connected with series, series connection. This one will be always kept series with the cell. Understood? And here previously we had discussed this EMF will be greater than terminal voltage. And here this one EMF, secondly we have discussed EMF equal to terminal voltage plus voltage drop. This voltage drop is due to internal resistance R. Due to internal resistance R, because it is offered. That is why only there is a voltage drop. Due to internal resistance there is a voltage drop. Clear? Understood? So let me rub this one. So here we will go for a circuit where we will have this one we will draw. This is the only structure of this one. Now I will go for the current structure. So now what I can write here, this one will be positive terminal, negative terminal. This one will be the internal resistance. Okay, so all together this one will be called as the cell. This one is the positive, this one will be the negative terminal, and here this one outside will be connected to the resistance. This one is the external resistance. Clear? So this one will be external resistance. So let me have one key here. When key is on, current starts flowing from this connected to R and it moves in this direction. Clear? So this one it is here, and here what is the terminal voltage? Terminal voltage is across the terminal of the cell. Understood? Now we will go for if current flows. So current will flow here. This one will be a resistance. This one will be a resistance. So what is the total resistance here? And these resistances are also in series. So series connection resistances will be R plus 1, R plus R. Okay. So one thing it is, what is the current flows then? How much amount of current flows? So one thing remember, every case Ohm's law is the basic law for all this. So remember always V equal to IR. This one you remember, keep in your mind. Now we will discuss this V value is equal to E. Means V is the potential difference, E also, that is also potential difference. So we can represent in place of V, we place E. Okay, so here if I will write, what will be the formula? I equal to V plus R, V by R. So that V equal to IR I am getting. So this one only I will put here. This one only, this one keeping in mind, I will keep the current value here. But here we are not taking potential, rather this one will be your epsilon EMF. So what I will write? E by R plus R. Okay, now you can, because this one not to show here, this one have to remember. you have to keep in mind and you have to represent. So I equal to E by R plus R. Here EMF of a cell, this one it is your EMF of a cell by total resistance. By total resistance. Clear? Okay, so one thing here we have. If I will take this, E equal to how much I am getting? E equal to I R plus R. Yes or no? E, I R plus R, what I have told? V equal to I R. V, E equal to this one, R equal to this one, I will be this. Clear? This one have to remember. For this is for your own calculation. One thing remember, when this one R will be 0, no means no internal resistance will be there. That means that when no current flows means there will be no internal resistance. At that time, V will be equal to E. Clear? Now let us go for it. So in this case, what I am getting here, this one thing it is E equal to IR plus this one equal to I small r. Understood? So what I can represent? I can represent V equal to IR. So this one will be capital V. This is the terminal voltage. This one I plus small r. This one will be V. Clear, no? This one already we know. E equal to V plus small v. This one already we have. We know that this one. Clear? So what we can write here? This voltage drop V equal to E minus V. Okay, so E minus V. So now let us find out whatever the values of E, R and all these things. This is very interesting. Easily we can understand. There is nothing to worry about it, nothing to by heart also. So let me rub this one. Now we will go for. Now I will go for this relationship between EMF. Here this one it is. Relationship between EMF, terminal voltage drop, internal resistance. So voltage drop, okay, terminal voltage drop we have discussed already, and internal resistance. Clear? So here the easiest way to remember all these things is that one important thing I had told you, V equal to IR. This is Ohm's law. This is Ohm's law. You keep this one in mind. Okay. Now we are going for the EMF, the relation EMF. So I had told you earlier also. So this one will be E. I will be same here. And R will be R plus R, because whenever, one thing remember, whenever we are getting EMF, at that case we will get small r. When we will get terminal voltage, no internal resistance, only outer resistance. Have to remember. If you will remember this one, easily you can solve numericals. So what is that? Whenever we are getting EMF, there must be internal resistance. And here, if internal resistance will not be there, if it will be 0 or negligible, at that case this EMF becomes terminal voltage. Okay, E equal, because this part will be 0, this part will be 0, then E equal to IR. Okay, so keeping this one in mind, let us go for the formula for it. All these things it can be done. So here let me expand. E equal to IR plus I small r. Okay, if I want the value of R, so here E minus IR by I. So what it can be represented? E minus V. This one is EV by I. Which value it is given? which value is given, accordingly it can be taken. Clear? Otherwise, what else can be done from here? So here, if we will divide E by I by IR by I, so what I am getting here? Here I am getting implies E by I by minus R. So here E by I minus R. This is also a value. Clear? Another also it can be. So all these things, you see that one here, nothing to by head, nothing to worry, because everything here only and means from one equation whatever data is given we can take that one. Clear? So let me repeat this one. Here I will go for, so what it can be again, small r we are discussing now. So small r is equal to E minus IR by I. So one thing is B equal to IR. B equal to IR. So I equal to B by R. Clear? So in place of this one, I can put E minus IR divided by B by R. What it can be? Minus B by B by R. So it can be taken E minus B by R divided by V. Clear? So I can represent E by V minus 1 by, because B by V. So here B by V into R. So I can write E by V minus 1 R. Clear? So altogether we can write that. So this one, it is, I told you, no, this one you remember all this formula along with whatever data will be given, you can able to do it. But one thing remember, when R will be there, E means R will be there. If no R will be there, P equal to IR. This one you keep in mind. So now ultimately what we are getting, all these relations, let me write in one line only. So here R equal to small v by I is equal to epsilon v by I is equal to epsilon v by I equal to v by R is equal to E by v minus 1 into R. Okay, so whatever data given, accordingly we can able to find out. Nothing to by heart here. Only one thing, V equal to IR formula you remember, everything will be clear to you. Then we will go for factors affecting internal resistance of a cell. So here factors affecting internal resistance of a cell. Clear? So there are 4 factors which affects the 4 factors. Okay, there are 4 factors. Factor 1, we will go for factor 1. So first one is the surface area of the electrode. It is the surface area of the electrode. So here larger the surface area, less will be the internal resistance. So here surface area, so you can write surface area, it is inversely proportional to the internal resistance. So what does it mean? Here meaning of this one, it is, if we are taking the plates and this one is the bigger size plates, then internal resistance will be less, because the ions, they will move and somewhere they can discharge or they can go, they can pass. So internal resistance will be less in this case. Clear? Second one, we'll go for second one. Here distance between two electrodes. Two electrodes. It here in case of EMF we are discussing that is the material of the electrode used. EMF depend, but here internal resistance depends upon the distance between two electrodes. So how far the electrodes are? The electrodes are closer or the electrodes are far. So if it is closer, it takes less internal resistance. Okay, more distance, greater is the internal resistance. In case of resistance, remember resistance capital R directly proportional to the length. Clear? More is the length, more is the external resistance. Here also the same. Distance between two electrodes will be more, then this internal resistance also will be more. So here distance between electrodes is directly proportional to the internal resistance. Okay, so what we can say, more will be the distance, more will be the internal resistance. So here more distance means more internal resistance. Clear? And vice versa. Okay, third one. Let me go for the third one. Third one is the nature and concentration. Okay, so here what we can write, nature and concentration of the electrolyte, nature and concentration of the electrolyte. So here greater is the concentration, greater is the internal resistance. What does it mean? Here what we can say, greater is the concentration of the electrolyte, greater is the concentration of the electrolyte, greater is internal resistance, greater is the internal resistance. So how it occurs? Because whenever we take a let it be the container or this electrolytic cell, here this one is the electrodes we are taking. Okay, so more will be concentration of this electrolyte here, more will be concentration of the electrolyte will be, means more will be the ions here. More concentration implies more ions, also more molecules, because all the molecules at a time they do not dissociate. Clear? So more molecules will be there, more ions will be there, due to which what happens, they offer resistance to the motion of the current. That is why more concentration, more will be the internal resistance. So here we can say, if it will be less ionic, then greater will be the okay. So if it will be less ionic, means that one will be greater resistance. So this one it is. Then I will go for the fourth factor. Fourth factor, it is the temperature. Okay, so fourth factor, it is the temperature. Fourth factor is the temperature. Clear? So what happens here? When we are taking temperature, means we are taking temperature higher the temperature. So here what we can say, higher the temperature or more is the temperature, higher the temperature. Here it is inversely proportional to the internal resistance. Why so? Higher is the temperature, more is the rate of dissociation. Rate of dissociation means ions will be more. Here and these ions will move towards their respective electrodes. Okay, so that is why this more will be the temperature, then this concentration becomes less because they move towards their respective electrode and this internal resistance of the cell decreases.